So I think Carissa and Sam will also be able to really enrich today's session. So our first question that we hope that you can help our audience with is, what do you think? Well, maybe Sam can answer this question. What are your priorities when you're looking for work? So a lot of our audience members now are graduating or maybe already job hunting. What are you planning to look for in terms of work? Is it going to be all about location, about salary? Maybe you can enlighten us on that.
Yes. For me, my priorities, of course, would be what I doing what I practiced. So I am a culinary student who has experienced an internship. So Endron has connected me into this uh, great five-star establishment in Boracay, and to me, I've learned how to work in the pastry kitchen, work in
Mm-hmm.
the hot kitchen. So at the end of the day, looking for a job means so much of what you're practicing or what you've learned through your school. So that would help so much. Just take in mind what you've learned, just take in mind what you've practiced. And to me, you should choose that path where you're familiar with. So, yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like fit is really important. It has to be something that you're familiar with. Okay. So for all of our people watching now who are starting the maybe seemingly daunting task of job hunting, have no fear because we have good advice from Sam this afternoon. Make sure that there's the right fit so you're familiar with the field that you're applying to. Okay, Carissa, I know that you're just a sophomore now, but maybe you can share what you think would help you stand out among all of these other applicants when you engage in your job hunting journey. So if there's going to be lots of graduates, same degree as you, same university as you, how are you going to stand out when it comes to job hunting?
Before I actually answer that question, I would just want to share an experience because when I was a freshman, I actually tried applying for an internship for a certain company and was actually and graduate students were chosen uh, um, over me because, of course, I was a freshman and I wasn't really knowledgeable about technical skills or other soft skills, and my resume wasn't really to um, uh, didn't really have a lot yet. So what I actually think would be to help you stand out um, uh, uh, in a sea filled with other candidates, I think it's all also about confidence. You must actually manifest that you're going to get that job, um, because and also I think that you should be able to focus on not really focus on yourself, but also um, uh, learn to get get a lot of opportunities to upskill yourself. There are a lot of um, uh, online lessons or like online lessons that you could get to add more to your resume, even just soft skills, not necessarily technical skills that will actually get you the job. So yeah, I think that through confidence, and because it's also the way how you speak, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself to employers, and even though your resume may not be too decorated at that point, you might even still land the job. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Carissa. So I think that's good. That you're setting a good example for our audience members. So you said you were a freshman when you applied for that internship. That's good. It's never too early to start. Even though you didn't get that position, at least you already got the experience of applying. So that's definitely to your advantage. And I think we had a question in the chat earlier asking, what do you do to overcome challenges in school? So I believe this can relate to anything from the actual academic challenges or the challenges of time management when it comes to school. Sam, do you have any advice for that, overcoming challenges in school, especially since you're a senior already?
For me, is time management really. So in college, I've learned how to manage my time by not uh, applying so much orgs and stuff like that, by not having so much on my plate, and by knowing what I am capable of. So time management is equivalent to knowing what you are capable of. An effective time management is knowing what you're capable of first. So if you have too much on your plate, then chances are you are just gonna be stressed. But if you have, in culinary saying, less is more. If you have less on your plate, but uh, quality aspects in your plate, then that's a win for you.
Okay, thank you, Sam. So really knowing what you're capable of, and I believe. What about Carissa? Do you have an answer to that as well?
Unlike Sam here, I actually have multiple organizations. So I could say
Okay.
when it comes to time management, yeah, time management is something very important to overcome challenges in school. And what I do to actually do time management is to lay out my priorities, and then actually make a schedule. Aside from we have applications that can be used in creating schedules. I also use the calendar
Mm-hmm.
to map out what should I be doing for the day, what should I be expecting for the week. So yeah, I think even though you have multiple orgs, you can still do time management as long as you are able to set your priorities straight, and yeah, know what you're capable of.
Okay, thank you very much, Carissa. So I think that's good. You have a myriad of tools at your disposal. Could be a digital calendar, traditional planner for really knowing what you're capable of and how to manage all of these. So these are the questions we have for the fellow students, but I'm sure you as students also have questions for our speakers earlier as well. Isn't that right? So we will be inviting Coach Alpha, Prof. Jake, and Miss Divine back to our session so that you can also further ask your own questions about what they were able to share earlier.
There was an interesting question that I answered a while ago on how should I be able to, or what kind of aspect should I look for in terms of looking for a job. So, during the time when I was applying for internship, I only had three bases on why I chose to be in Boracay. Number one is to experience living in an island. Number two is to learn how to be independent and be away from my parents. And number three is to be able to experience working in a five-star resort or in a resort in general. So I want to return a question back to these industry professionals. They've been there for 20 years already. And I want to know from their aspect, uh, in the future, what should be our priorities, in terms of looking for a job, in the aspects of location, salary, mentorship, company culture, and industry market value, just like what was mentioned a while ago.
Ayan tayo, Sam eh. Well, for HR, no? And syempre, not all the time that I am the one interviewing, but I am also an applicant, no, in the past. And number one, siguro talaga that I always look for, I always make a research about the company's background, no? Understanding the company's history, it can actually give you a glimpse into its stability. Ba kaya ba nitong i-sustain yung aking kabuhayan hanggang mag-retire ako? Yung mga ganyan. The values, the culture, no? Number two, opportunities for growth. No? We don't say that when we join a company, doon ka na magre-retire. You will see if there's a plan for you to grow inside, no, within the company. And siguro yung salary, minsan, akala natin that's number one eh. But lastly, siguro, Sam, what I can share with everyone is also the work-life balance. It's really very important for you to have that work-life balance. That you're able to give time not only for yourself, but also for your family. No, ayun, kayo mga single pa. But if you are married, if you have kids, talagang yung work-life balance na yun, para kang tumatambling araw-araw, di ba? And because of that obligation or that role, you will learn also how to change hats eh, no? When you have work-life balance, paglabas mo ng bahay, you forget about your role as a mom, as a daughter, na may lalabhan ka ba, meron ka bang bills na hindi babayaran. So when you go out of the door of your house and when you enter, no, the employee's entrance of your company, that is the opportunity for you to change your hat. Ay nako, HR na ako dito. Nakabayad na ba ako ng mga SSS contribution ng mga employees? So, doon na yung focus. So, everything else will follow. Ang importante, you are happy. And most of all, pray for that company. Sabi nakuha ko kay Coach Apa kanina, everything happens for a reason. It's not an accident that we are all here. And it's also not an accident for you to be a part of that organization. Ibig sabihin, you are there because you will put value to every life of the employees that are in and to the organization.